I've already eaten some of this today. It's just jerky. It unfortunately has so much salt in it that I can't just only eat this, or I have to eat no more than about 4 or 5 ounces, and that would be my entire day of food. I'm out of anything fresh right now. I will be getting some more, but you never know till you open it. So even though I'm getting some more this week, jerky and eggs could be, again, all I have. I hope though that with the season changing, it getting a little bit colder, even with supply chain issues and transit issues, you know, at least the cold weather means that it stays fresh longer, and then I can actually have something that's fresh. But I'm not complaining, and actually jerky is highly underrated as to how much nutrition it is, because even though it's dried, it's actually, the nutrition in it has been preserved quite well. You can taste the iron in it. I didn't want to eat this though until I mostly got rid of what didn't agree with me, the vegetables that didn't agree with me that I now know I can't eat. So I'm forced to be strictly carnivore because I literally cannot stomach things. So I had to let that pass before I actually ate something, or at least too much of something, because you eat too much too soon, you got that bad stuff still in you, and you're going to shit out the good stuff and waste the food when you already have to ration. There's already jerky I'm wasting from yesterday that's come out, along with, unfortunately, all the vegetables I couldn't process. And being abused has its toll on my body. I had my gallbladder taken out because I had, when I was a child, my family put acid in my food and water, and over time it started really affecting my organs, and the first thing to go for whatever reason was my gallbladder. So now I cannot digest fat because I don't have a gallbladder, and normally had I not, been poisoned, I would have still been able to eat the entire egg. But nowadays I only eat egg whites, so 6 eggs turns into only 3, really. So really you can't rely on that. Yeah, you've got 35 chickens, but they only lay, right now in the season, it's the off season, and right now they're only laying tops 8 to 9 eggs a day. It has to be carnivorous diet, maybe some herbs. For right now I can still eat some nuts. That'll probably eventually get to the point I can't even eat them. Really, it's quite, once you get used to it, it's quite mundane. You think you'd be like really, really hungry all the time. Yeah, I get cravings, but the jerky's got that iron metallic taste to it. It helps with the blood cravings. It's not the amount, really anymore. It's just the taste of it. The eggs do nothing for the cravings, but they do a lot for the nutrition. We got 2 there. Empty, empty, another empty, 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 and then there's empty, and then there's one laying. We'll leave her alone. Well, she stepped off. Oh, and there's one underneath her. There's one where she was. And then plus 1 from early this morning. I don't think I need that many eggs right now. Not today. I'm going to save some of these for the market. Was lucky right before I ran out of fresh stuff. I'd found some really fresh ground bison, which was a needle in a haystack. Just separated the yolk, and now we're going to mix it up with this. We don't want to waste anything. It'll be a treat for our little babies. The babies need some protein. Also, this yolk provides immunity, natural immunity to the babies. Anything the adults have been exposed to, the babies are going to be exposed to, and it'll just boost their immunity. Kind of like breast milk, except for its yolk. The shell's actually good calcium for the bones. Try to give it at a time when the adults aren't around, but sometimes the adults do steal it, so that's theirs. And that's mine, that's the white, so I'm going to be cooking. So anyway, yeah, I got really lucky. Got several pounds of it. So if you do the muscle tests to see if you've lost any muscle mass, you turn your arm like that, and you can see, that's that weird, indentation there. that means I haven't lost any muscle mass, because it's still, you know, that's still, it would be flat. It would be, you know, it would not. Let's see if I can. I don't know. I can't point when I'm holding the camera, but you know what I mean. It's, you know, that would be it. You know, you can tell that it's not fat. It's just that muscle there is still there. So that's the stuff I'm watching to see if my body is fine. If it metabolizes fat, that's fine. I want that. But if it starts metabolizing muscle, that means I need to eat more. So actually the bison actually helped, you know, because that really does help build your muscle back. So it's helped keep it for longer and hold me off longer. Yeah, so you never want your body to start eating its own muscle. Never. Whatever you be naturally, you know, whatever you are naturally, you never want that to go under despite you not doing anything different. Now, it's one thing if you obviously, you know, exercise less or something like that, but if it's from lack of food, you really got to watch that. You know, you never want your body to start eating its own muscle. This is actually like some kind of bamboo thing. You can actually put it in as kindling, this spoon, like a wax bamboo. I don't know, it's biodegradable, 100%. Just easier than washing a whole bunch of stuff. I know it's odd. We can just cook it like that, nothing else. You don't need anything else with farm fresh eggs. As good as they are. You do need to cook them though, thoroughly, really thoroughly, because they're not pasteurized, obviously. And quail eggs are usually so clean that you can eat them raw, but chicken eggs are not. Chicken eggs are a whole different story. I started doing these vlogs because I want you to see this stuff really does go on. It's really what I deal with every day. Maybe I can't convince you of the magic side of it, but you at least know I'm not making this up to some extent. I think what you want, but I obviously have to live my life like this because I literally cannot digest anything else other than meat, carnivorous food. Leave it up to yourself as to why, if you don't want to take my word for it. I explained in vlog 1 about that if you want to know more about it though. This is kind of like the second half to that, obviously. Really, I might do part B, vlog 1 part B. That's what I'll probably do. I can't put too much grease in the pan, really nothing at all, because the inability to eat fat, because of lack of a gallbladder. What a fun mess we have to clean up because of that. Because everything sticks to the pan when there's no grease, especially an egg. So I'm mentioning brown bison. I can't eat ground beef because usually you can't find it when that the fat content is low enough. So I really got lucky because the next time I tried it was aged and I couldn't eat it. Can't process anything aged either. I would have said, yeah, maybe it's something else, but the timing of it is too, you know, I start mending, working on shifting. That's when this physiology stuff happens. Not only with what I can and can't digest, but with other things as well. And, you know, this is really not for you guys, but you're going to try stealing, aren't you? Where are the babies? I'd noticed really odd things, like I said, on the days where I really did a lot of work, mending, shifting work, I would wake up and I'd smell my hands the palms of my hands would smell like a canine paw, you know, the smell of a paw. Or I could smell, you know, a lot more testosterone in my urine, because one of the other videos I'm talking about is that the way I was born, there are the babies, the way I was born and being chemically burnt as a child to try and appear more like a girl, because I was kind of, you know, not one or the other. And so I'm trying to get back to what my soul is, which is masculine. So even that would surprise me, to be able to smell that, you know. You guys gonna run away from me, or you gonna eat this? Be able to smell that, you know, when I didn't used to be that sensitive to smelling things like that. I know it's kind of odd to be taught. I mean, it really isn't for somebody like us that is half animal, but for a human to be able to talk about, I guess. I'm just going to leave it there. They'll find it. They're preoccupied with a bug or something over there that they're trying to get at. But yeah, I noticed, you know, odd changes like that. And enough of things like that. I can't list them all, obviously. You just start to wonder. And you realise, okay, this is not just me imagining things anymore. The reason why I got so sick after eating those vegetables is because I thought I could still eat it, because I thought I wanted to downplay everything. And as painful as it was, it forced me into realizing I'm not the same as I used to be. I'm turning into what I really am instead of this shell of what I was not. As a child, never been allowed to be who I really was. I forgot what that felt like. I honestly think physically, with the physiology part of it at least, I'm more closer than I was even as a child. But emotionally, I think I'm behind. Because as a child, I was a lot more sure-headed. I didn't have to second-guess myself. I knew my strength and I knew where it stopped and started. Chickens are they're too busy eating bugs to even really care about what I gave them. Well, somebody will. I don't want it to sit there too long. So I guess you guys do get it today. Really, eggs are not even really what I'm supposed to be eating. That would be a minute, very small part of my shift reforms diet, the animal side of me. Because it'd be potentially a small part of it, I can tolerate it in moderation like that. But only the egg whites. The rest must go to them. So right now I'm really hopefully to get something more this week. But for about a week now, it's been just jerky, a couple eggs here and there. Yeah, I feel much better now. It's about 24 hours after. I'm a bit tired because I didn't have that much sleep last night, but I do feel much better. Most of that, if not all of that, I think at least 90+% of that has left me now. And, finally on the mend. Unfortunately, that's not the only mistake I made within the past couple of weeks. I haven't made this mistake in a while, but I finally made it again. When you've been eating that for that long, really salty jerky, and it's been 99% of your diet for that long, and then all of a sudden, you get lucky with like I said, with good bison. Then the second time I got it, I thought, well, why not? Maybe I get overly hopeful. This doesn't smell right, but and so the second time, some were aged, but some were literally rancid, like anyone would get sick from it. And I was sitting there eating it anyway, because juicy ground bison versus really salty jerky, something that I just got overly hopeful with, and I tried to go against my nose on it, and I shouldn't have. And it's 10 times worse on your body to give it something rancid than to not give it anything. It hurts it 10 times more than to just not give it anything. And that's what I should have done. I should have just stuck with jerky. And so it's not as easy as you think, especially because I have these blood cravings, like I was talking about. And that's why I'm always keeping something like jerky, because even if I run out of everything, if I have something that's got that metallic iron taste in it, that will hold me over, that will keep my head level. I go a little mad if those cravings get too. I end up resorting to my own blood. A lot of that is bite marks, some of it is cut marks, but I go mad. People might be sitting there thinking, well, why not resort to the chickens? I mean, isn't that kind of why people farm? I mean, you've got something that you can definitely get the blood from, because they're living, breathing. And no, I can't unless they are immensely aggressive, and then I can butcher them. So aggressive that they're a danger to the flock. Okay, I do not ever butcher anything that's innocent. That's actually, the nature of a Ridgeson is to go after only the evil things. And so maybe that is why, because that is what my animal side is. It's the Ridgeson that will not allow me, it's this too strong morals, just will not allow me to go after something minding its own business that's innocent. And so yes, I would rather starve. If I didn't have the jerky, if I had nothing, I would rather starve than go after something, that's pure of heart like that. Also rather attack myself than attack them.